So the next step now, after we created our hooks, is to create page objects. So what do you use page object for? Page object allows you to make your code neater and nicer, basically, and also allows your code to be reusable, basically. Before page object module, you would be writing find element in all your codes, actually. So, and when you any place that, let's say, developer actually changes a CSS or something like that, you will go into your code and you start to look for where you've used that particular object. But with page object, you will create a class and you call it that page object for that particular page. And then anything that changes on that particular page just need to go to that page and then change your objects on that page. So you don't need to go into your step definitions or everywhere and to change it. You only need to go to a place because you're going to be referring to that particular object in your step definitions. So you create your page object, you put the element in there, then you refer to that page object in your step definition. That's how it works. So the next step, page objects. So for you to create page objects, what you just need to do is right click on page object folder that we've created, click on add and click on new. So once you click on new, you would click on code and then you click on class. So you click on code and you click on class. Once you've done that, you write the name of the class that you want to create. Right now, I have said is login pages.cs and you click on add. So you would have something like this created for you, like this particular code snippets. And we have our page, login page object inside our folder, as you can see at the right hand side of the screen. So this is, then you would expect to expand your page objects. What I'm going to do right now is basically I want to create a page object for the login. So, and I have a button called login. So I have already instantiate my login button basically by saying iWeb element login. Then I said driver is equal driver.find element by ID, then that particular ID. So the next step that we're going to look into now, what exactly is this and how do you use them? Where is this coming from? So I'm going to show you from using a particular example. But what this is telling you is that I've got a login, which is a web element. Then also this login, I can find it using, you remember we declared a driver before, so which I called our messenger basically. So, and this driver is going to find an element for me, and this element will be found by ID, and the ID is called login ID. So this is what you are trying to do. And now when I have found this particular element, so I will create a method to click on that particular element. To click on that particular element, I will call the login that I have declared at the top, and I can say dot click. So by that, when you say login, it's going to go up like that and say, what is login? Login is found by ID, and the ID is login ID. So it's going to look into your web and then look for ID, any element with ID, login ID, and it's going to click on it. So at the same way also, you can have instance where you want to navigate to the site, right? So you will also create a method, so to say driver navigate to this particular URL. So there's a different way to do this. So this is kind of the simpler options, which I'm going to show you right now. But using page objects, you would put this particular navigation step into your page object, and then you call it in your step definition. That's how your page objects will work. So we'll go through this later, how to inspect elements. So And I think let's go through that right now. So